Rising on the road over here, Susquehanna, Pennsylvania. But everyone's looking for Doomsday. And all I can tell you is that there's a lot of things happening. Things are going fast. Trump has just unleashed and unsealed a whole bunch of Obamagate documents. That should be hitting the airwaves either today or tomorrow. That's going to be very interesting. As we reported before, whole governments all around the world are resigning. Their parliaments are resigning. I mean, every single person in their parliaments are resigning. We got Putin, who his whole entire government, every single person has resigned. Great Grand Rising, Great Grand Rising. Behind me, as you can see, this is the Susquehanna River. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, which is very important. But it's really important to, to know that, everybody's looking for Doomsday. There's a lot of stuff going on. The 20th, this whole week is going to be very interesting. It's going to be, it's a big show for any Aboriginal, Indigenous, Indian person that's out there. It's a very big show. The most important thing is the work that you have done to create your co-creation community, create your nations, to get your families together, to make sure that you're on a really good, stable ground on your land, right? Knowing exactly who and what you are, why you're doing what you're doing, and what all of this is really about. This is all about, this whole entire government process is nothing really to do, as I can say, about you. It's a fight between them and who's going to be controlling the next wave of political prosperity on the planet. And they still don't have you included in that, other than, more and more people taking your natural indigenous place. Great Grand Rising to you all. Great Grand Rising to you all. So it's really beautiful time to see what's happening. So this is the reason why what we're doing and the great transitions that we're taking, we're transitioning back into what we're transitioning back into. And land rights are going to be extremely important. So, those are the things that we should be concentrating on. So one of the things, with all the stuff that's going on, who knows what's going to be happening. There's over 20,000 troops right now in Washington, as they say, over 20,000. Now, I've been traveling. I was in New York, went through Jersey, deep into Pennsylvania now. I stopped at the Susquehanna River. I haven't really seen any real crazy stuff going on. I haven't seen any military transports, flights, planes, anybody acting out of the unusual. I haven't seen any of that stuff. So want to make sure that everybody understands that. Want to make sure that everybody knows. Concentrate on you, your family, what you're doing, your home, making sure you're making preparations to be off-grid, whether or not things go awry or not. It's all in the way of making sure your co-creation community can be self-sustaining and making sure that you don't have to depend on this system to be able to function and to live. We, as Indigenous, Aboriginal people, American Indians, have been in that way for quite a long time. We're now starting to figure out that there's a lot of things that are happening, and we don't have to be a part of a system that really doesn't want us to be a part of it anyway. And it's not our system, right? Our system that we're going back into is the Great Law of Peace, and then we're going back into the natural law system, and that's where we belong. And that doesn't mean that we're going to be sitting around, in some wilderness area, living off of rocks and tea, living in teepees and stuff like that. No, we are magnificent, great people. So that's the reason we're telling you. When you take a look at great lands like this at the Susquehanna River that they pretty much destroyed, this is over a 500-mile tributary that goes deep into the lands of North America, Pennsylvania, going way up north. And along this, what they've done over since the mid 1800s, when they began to start really, trying to take over, they deforest. They did a lot of coal mining. They did a lot of other type of mining. They tore down a lot of the trees. And this beautiful river, which is over 500 miles long, this beautiful tributary that hosted all types of wildlife, deer, plants, vegetation, farms, communities. This beautiful tributary was severely damaged and polluted by the actions that they've done. So this is the reason why when we're looking at our land, we're looking at the damage that has been done by a group of people that didn't really belong here in the first place. They didn't come alone, as we know, but the bottom line is that when you're looking at a lot of this stuff, don't forget what you're really doing, because if you are not living the dream, there's no way for you to be able to teach your children the dream. Because everybody says, well, it's all about children. Yes, a lot of it is about children, but it's also about adults. See, the children live the way the adults live. And if the adults don't live in a manner of where they can appreciate the beauty and bring their children to the beauty like this, they will never be able to train their children as well. So that's what this whole entire situation is going on. So instead of, everybody out there is looking for the doomsday, looking for the ball to drop, sit down, have some popcorn, enjoy the show. Just make sure that your stuff is together. Just make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So if you haven't gotten your paperwork already for this vaccine stuff, we'll get that out to you. I think we've got almost everybody out there. There's a new embassy that's getting ready to start, the Americus in an embassy that's starting, part of Kusa Nation. A lot of stuff that's happening right now that's bringing us to a point as to where we're really moving forward with a lot of stuff, and a lot more shows. So a lot of shows aren't going to be here on YouTube because YouTube is cutting a lot of stuff off, so you have to be careful. But what we will be doing, we will be using other platforms that we're developing ourselves to get that information out there. I want everybody to take a look at this great, beautiful land that is the Susquehanna River, and it's 500 miles, and this is what we're fighting for. This is what we're really fighting for. Our land is beautiful here in North America. In the Americas, our land is beautiful, and this is the land that your people are from. This is your land. Your people are from this land. This is what it's all about. And that's why when everybody starts talking about what's going on here in North America, think about what you're really trying to get yourself back to. You're trying to get yourself back to a really great way of living. I love you all. Take care, all right? We'll keep it up. Keep all the stuff up. We'll keep all the information going. But right now, I really don't see a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff are probably happening around the Washington, D.C. area, maybe some other areas in Texas. But right now, where we are right now, Seo, Ganashi, all right? I'm not really seeing much going on. So what's really going on is looking at what they're doing with YouTube, Twitter, as they're tearing down a lot of these different accounts. Look at a lot of that stuff that's happening. Take a look at what's happening, all the little things. But the major thing is how you're taking care of yourself. Be happy inside, no matter what's going on. Love yourself. Care for yourself. Care for your family. You are a light being with a soul inside. Not many people on this earth have that. We need to get out of nature more so we can appreciate our home out there. That's right. That's why I'm here. That's why I stopped at the Susquehanna River. I needed to get you guys to see this, right? Just like all the things I showed you up there, up north. I really don't like the barriers, but Alberta, BC, the Rocky Mountains, even in the plains, when I'm showing you guys all these different things. Love your nature. This is what it's all about. They've hijacked all this stuff. But when you're looking, reading, this is what we're really talking about. We are restoring our being, our purpose on this planet, so that this planet can begin to have the appreciation, and we can have the appreciation of who we are, and it can love us once again. Love you, love yourself, love your children, stay safe, be safe out there, feathers up, and just keep on smiling. Love you guys, man. Things are really great. Really feeling, I just got to show this again. I'm really feeling great because, where we live, it's just beautiful. And there's a lot more beautiful things, a lot more beautiful places that are out there as well. This is it. Just take a little bit of time, gather what it is, and I tell you, it's beautiful being out here in nature. It's just beautiful being out here in nature. Great grand rising to us all.